Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to Terra City Retro Programming. Um, I wanted to do a quick video um, just because I haven't done one in a while, and I think this needs some coverage. So, basically, one of the hardest things to do on a color computer, and whether it's a Model 1, 2, or 3, has a horrible edit feature, and some people don't seem to mind it, but I can't stand it. It makes the computer really hard to deal with, and I can see why a lot of programmers kind of shifted away from this platform, because unless you're really persistent, it can be a real bummer to program on, because and it's a great computer, but it has a horrible edit feature. So other computers, 8-bit computers of the same era, especially the Commodore 64, I'm going to use that as an example, had a great edit feature where you could go in and, so if you look at my screen here, you could go in, and if I needed to change this line number to 345, I could just move the cursor around, because on a Commodore, it had the arrow keys actually move the cursor around when you were in text mode programming. That way, because on a color computer, you can renumber your lines. You can put renum, and I do this all the time. You know what? I'm going to change this to caps. You put renum, and you put the new line number, the start line, and then the increment. So you can change the order. I mean, you can change the numbers. You can re-increment the numbers, but that's all you can do. You can't change line 341, as we just did, to line 345. Okay? And sometimes you might want to do that. The other thing that is a pain is that if you make a mistake, and you hit enter, the line, you can edit the line. You have to type edit the line number, and then it brings you to that line number, and you can make changes. But I find this difficult, because sometimes it's not enough. Sometimes you have to, what is it called? Sometimes you have to get to parts of the line that you can't get to, doing that. And once you hit enter, you can't change it. Okay? So, but if you're using like a Commodore, you could get right in there and make changes. You just you just insert, if I wanted to extend this line, I could go to any line on the program and start making changes. And I find this very difficult, because sometimes you make huge mistakes, and then you have to type the whole line over again. And it's a real pain. So those are just a few examples, and there are other examples where another thing is that you can't scroll up through the program. You can list, but you can only list to the length of the screen, and then after that, it flips and you can't get back. So if you're using a Commodore again, and you could go up all the way to the top of the list anywhere you wanted and start editing that way. So it's just really terrible, and they didn't. They just propelled it into the Model 3, and they didn't change that, and I don't know why. So um, now that I've reached the level where I'm using disk, there's several dozens of programs that you could fit on a disk, and they all have to work together. And so the way that I found to get around this terrible editing feature and a few other things is to write your programs on MS Notepad. Okay? Use MS Notepad. And it generates a text file like the one you're looking at here. So write your program on that, and then copy and paste it into your terminal if you're using an emulator. So TRS-80GP has it built right into the top panel, and you can just drop it in and it prints it into the terminal. And so you can piece different programs together. So now I have a whole Rolodex full of applications. And so I'm literally using my color computer too. Um, and I can drop applications in and out and alter things by writing them and saving them on multiple text files and using them over again. So I don't even have to save to disk or anywhere. I don't even have to load anything. All I have to do is create a new file by just dropping it and saving it onto the disk, if you know what I mean. So that's two advantages of doing it this way. And you can write your programs on Microsoft Note. What did I just say? I forgot what I'm using now. Microsoft Notepad. And you can edit them, you can change the line numbers, and you can work in tandem with your emulator terminal and erase things there and drop them in. You can make a space between lines 100 and 200, make a space in there, and then drop 100 lines of code in between. And so this is all I use now. I primarily write my programs on the TRS-80GP emulator, but I have a whole Rolodex full of applications, and I always have a running list. So when you're using your emulator, if you're using XROR, I have a video of how you can print to a text file, but you have to make a batch file, and it's a little it's not that easy. I mean, it's easy to do, but if someone doesn't know what a batch file is, it's pretty impossible. So I have a video on that. I don't use XROR anymore, but I used to. So if you scroll down, you'll find how to do that on XROR. But for TRS-80GP, it has it built into the toolbar where you just print to a text file. And so I work in tandem all the time now, and I wanted to share that with you. I haven't made a video in a really long time because I'm finishing Tales of Suburbia, and it's almost done. And I'm just wrapping it up, and it should be out in a full version soon. I put out the demo on the Color Computer Archive. You can play it there, or you can download it. I don't know how many people have actually tried it. I haven't had any responses at all. It's been up there for quite a while. I'm not sure, but my full game is coming out soon. and everything like that. And then I'm going to follow up with, let me check here. Once that's done, I have Ghost Saga is finished. So that's on Curtis Boyle's site, but I'm going to get it up on the Tira City Archive for Halloween because it's like a Halloween, based kind of um, ghost game, like a spooky game. So I want to get that up on the archive. You can get it on Curtis's site, but I want it on the archive too because you can play it in real time. And then Tales of Suburbia will be out shortly, within I don't know, a few weeks, hopefully. I've been working like crazy on it. Like I said, that's why I've been making videos. Then after that, I have Super Mario coming up. I can either put start working on finishing Super Mario. That is in my videos list too. I started it a while back. I'm either going to start working on that, Cosmic Arc, which is also in my video list. I got pretty far on that game. That's almost done. And then CoCo Ultimate. I'm not going to touch that because that's going to be another like long game to finish. So I'm thinking about trying Super Mario and getting a demo out on that next. And then Cosmic Arc. So this is all I have for you right now. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying here. Even if you have a Color Computer 3, you can use this method. Write your programs on a text document, but only use something that does a .txt file. You can't use MS Word or WordPad because those are not in text doc formats. You need to use a bare text file generator, which on Microsoft Windows is usually only done on the Notepad. So that's what I'm using. That's what I recommend you use, and just copy and paste, and you'll be good to go. And if you make any big mistakes, all you do is print the text file, open the text file, fix your mistakes. You can navigate your cursor a lot faster instead of going line by line editing like 20 lines. If you notice you have a huge problem, like today I had a 10-line problem. Instead of editing 10 lines, edit 329, 330, 331, 332, on and on and on. I just open my text document, change what I need to change, copy and paste it, and I'm done. So I recommend you guys use this in Basic. Any Basic programmer on the Tira City should be doing this, and this is what I recommend. Haven't heard from anybody for a really long time. I don't know where my viewers have gone. Hopefully I generate some views with this video, and I might start messing around with Super Mario before I get Tales of Suburbia done because I'm really getting tired of that. It's just becoming like repetitive, because it's such a huge game that I can't fit. I might be able to fit all the main code on one file. That's the last thing I'm going to try to do, but I'm condensing it down as much as I can. It's just taking forever because it's repetitive, and I think I'm going to open up Super Mario and start messing around with that. Take a break, because like I said, the demo's already up. I haven't had any input on that at all. If anybody's played it, I don't know if everyone's sleeping lately, or what's going on, but we're way down on activity. Even on the CoCo Nation, I don't know what's going on for the past three months, or 2 or 3 months, or 3 or 4 months. Feels like we're doing a deep dive or something. We got to get back up here. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and take care, and I'll see you soon with Super Mario. Have a good day. Bye. Thanks for watching. Take care.